Welcome into A Toast of Film. I'm your host, Ebo, and as you can see, Trey is not here. Him and Spencer were a little busy after 4th of July festivities, so I had to get a co-host for this episode, and who better than...
Choo Choo! Choo Choo!
That's right, Jerffy Choo Choo in the house. And we got a couple of reviews for you. I'll be giving a little mini review of Megan 2.0.
That's right.
Jerf hasn't seen it, so I'll let you know. Should you see it in theaters? Should you wait for streaming? We'll find out. And then we'll be getting into F1. We just literally left the theater from seeing F1.
Left the theater, yes.
And so now we'll be reviewing you. But we got a little brewskis here. We have the Energetic Mind, very cool can. Lots of little brainy guys. This is from Phase 3 Brewing. It is a double dry hopped, hazy, double India Pale Ale. Doing the whiff test.
It's really good. It's not too hoppy.
Smells hoppy.
It doesn't taste hoppy, though.
I mean, we've had a lot of IPAs and stuff on here.
That's pretty good.
I normally don't like them. This one, not as bad. It smells like worse than the experience you get. You know what I mean?
It smells like a hoppy beer, but it doesn't taste like a hoppy beer.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
There you go. Energetic Mind. Check it out. Really cool can. Very black with little pink minds. And that's because we're leading off with a robot, a cyborg. You know, what is Megan? She's a little artificial person. So the writer-director is Gerald Johnstone, who did part 1, Jeff.
Okay.
Co-writer who also did part 1 is Akilah Cooper, who also wrote Hellfest and Malignant. And the third writer, who also did number 1, is James Wan. Needs no introduction. Legend. Writer-director of Aquaman 1 and 2, Dead Silence, Saw, the director of Insidious, the director of Conjuring. Just legend.
And you went from okay movies to much better movies in that list.
Mm-hmm. Although I will say Hellfest, really good, fun movie. Malignant's okay. Nun 2, actually pretty darn good. But we have a bunch of people returning. We got Allison Williams. She's back as Aunt Gemma. She was in number 1. She's in Girls. We got Katie. That's old Violet McGraw, her niece, from number 1, from The Life of Chuck. We got Megan being reprised by 2 people, Jenna Davis as the voice, and Amy Donald as the body. And then, you know, we got Brian Alvarez back as Cole, Jennifer Epps as Tess. But, you know, they thought Megan was a problem, Jeff.
She was a problem, Eddie.
She was. You know what's worse than Megan?
2 Megans.
Amelia. So in this one, Ivana Sakno, who's from Ahsoka, she was the little blonde Sith girl.
Okay.
She's in this one as a new, you know, Billy Bad BA like robot. Like she's faster than Megan, stronger than Megan, meaner than Megan. And she's
tough to do.
And she's killing people.
Megan was pretty mean.
She's killing folks left and right, Joe. So now we need these people to get back together, rebuild old Megan, so we can see if that is what is gonna stop Amelia.
We can rebuild her.
We have the technology.
That's right.
Now, what I just gave you is what the trailers want you to think this movie is.
And that's what the trailer showed. And that's what I think it is.
And that's what the trailer showed. That is, I will go ahead and tell y'all, that is not the movie you get. You get a action sci-fi comedy.
So it's not just Megan again, but with the meaner killer robot.
It's not Megan again. This is a whole convoluted mess of a movie. There's a lot of parts, Jeff. A lot of parts. Jermaine Clement's in it as an eccentric billionaire, and Aristotle Athrari is in it as Christian.
Jermaine Clement is hilarious in everything he's in.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair in this, and he's like just walking in. Oh, hello! Aren't you happy to see me?
Even when he was in Legion, which is a very serious show, he was still just funny in the way he delivered his lines.
That is very true. He does have good delivery in this. So this takes place 2 years after the events of the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and tell y'all, if you've seen the trailer, you're in luck if you don't like trailers spoiling things. Because one, they sell you a completely different movie. The trailer versus what you get. Number two, half that trailer is not in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, like the scene where like Megan's in the box, punches her way out, not in the movie. The scene where she runs and like tackles a dude, not in the movie. Like there's a lot of the trailer that is not in this film.
A lot of trailers spoil movies nowadays. Because like that new trailer with Ryan Gosling in space.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer, and I haven't watched the trailer either. But from one of the comments I've seen on the trailer, it's basically saying you've seen the whole movie now. Yeah,
that's what I've heard. That's why I've been avoiding that one. But Megan 2.0, it's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's funny first, sci-fi second, action third. It's also very stupid, ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like the first one seems completely logical compared to how zany this one gets. Very sci-fi. I will tell y'all, so my auditorium fairly packed when I went and saw it. And for those who remember the first Megan has a scene where she sings to Katie.
Yes.
So in this one, she sings to Gemma. And it's one of the funniest scenes in a movie in the year. And everyone in the theater was like out loud just laughing because it's so goofy when it happens. And Gemma's like, are we singing now? And that's when she hits her with the fingers and she just keeps singing. She's like, oh, don't go to the chorus. And then she gets louder when she goes to the chorus.
Well, I mean, that's how you sing a song. You got to get louder.
So I give it props on the fact that it at least tried something different. It didn't just regurgitate Megan, but with another robot.
Right. Because that's how the trailer was.
And it gave me a good time with some laughs. I do think it's pretty cheesy with some of the acting. I do think the plot is stupid as all get out, but I did have a good time with it because, you know, like I said, I think I had a good theater. So I'm going to give it a 3.2 out of 5 cheers.
Okay.
I think it's passing. I think it is fun. However, Jeff did tell me something where he was like, I think I'm going to wait for Peacock. Y'all know I am like, I mean, I've been to 70 movies this year in theaters. Mm-hmm. I do not think you have to go to theaters to see this.
Good to know.
There's nothing on the big screen that looks spectacular enough. And like I said, the movie, while it's passing, it's not like, holy cow. Especially when we have so many things like Life of Chuck. I mean, Jurassic Park, I would even say. And maybe a movie that we're about to talk about. But Megan 2.0, fun time, just not the best. So maybe wait for streaming unless you really are like, oh, no, I got to go see that Megan. Oh, and no dancing in this one. You know, because there was the big thing where she was like,
I'm out
doing her little dance, you know.
I'm out. I need Eddie in my movies. I need cringy dance sequences. All right.
Dance. Want it?
Not you, though.
Oh, dang.
Sorry, Eddie.
All right. Well, let's go from a movie that maybe you shouldn't see in theaters to a movie you gotta see in theaters.
What movie is that, Eddie?
That is F1, baby. Formula One, for those in the know. So this is from writer-director Joseph Kosinski, who is the writer-director of Top Gun Maverick, Oblivion. He was also the director of Tron Legacy. And his co-writer is Aaron Kruger, writer of Scream 3, writer of Top Gun Maverick, writer of Brothers Grimm, did some of the Transformers movies. So, I mean, we got a nice little team going on here. I mean, Top Gun Maverick alone.
It's top notch.
Yeah. So this one, we have a guy, he used to be top dog. Now he's living in a van. He just wants to drive. That's Brad Pitt playing Sonny Hayes. Then his boy, Javier Bardem, playing Ruben. He's like, yo, guess what I need? I need a driver. I need you specifically. Because
he's the owner of the driving team.
Mm-hmm. He's the owner, operator, all that. And he's like, look, we got this rookie, Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris. He's like, we got him. He's got raw talent. We need you. We need somebody who's seen the good, seen the real bad, real bad. And so, boom, we're off to the races, literally. This movie, everyone kept telling me, see it in IMAX, see it in IMAX. And I completely agree.
Yes.
The sound, Jeff.
The only, because movie IMAX screens are very big.
Very big.
But also our standard movie screens. They are also very big.
Yeah.
But what the standard movie screens, I don't think really feature is the sound design of movies for IMAX. It was the same way with Dune, the sound, and the same way like with The Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah.
The sound design is top notch. And you would expect to see an F1 car, when they rev their engines and you
hear the
it's just chef's kiss, especially on the IMAX and with the bass and especially with the visuals they include. Because on a race car movie, they're going to do some shots close to the ground to give you that feeling of the need for speed.
And let me tell you, you get it. The car, they put the cameras in the cars. So you're taking those turns. You feel like you are, like I'm the one driving. And it really helps that you do have two great performances. Because let me tell y'all, Brad Pitt, I think, has realized, hey, I'm old, but I still got name value. And I'm just going to have fun. Because all his roles like this, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And even Wolves, kind of.
Yeah, and even Wolves. Like, he just seems like he's having fun. He's usually a, smart aleck. He's hitting you with some quips, but he's just a fun guy. You're like, this guy probably a jerk off.
Yep.
But at the same time, you're like, man,
yeah, I like him.
I want him to come to dinner. Like, let's go hang out. Because he just has so many great lines like, hey, how'd you get here? Economy.
Oh, premium economy.
Oh, premium. Excuse me, premium economy. But
and
he just keeps it.
He just keeps it loose. But like the like after he agrees with Javier Bardem, and when they hire a new driver, they're going to do a press conference.
Yeah,
the press conference was gold.
Yeah,
because it's like how I answer questions is like, how you doing? Good. It's like, yeah.
Marshawn Lynch would be proud.
He would be very proud because he answers the reporter asks him like 7 or 8 questions and he answers all of them with one word.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah. Yeah.
And he's cocky about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I did those things.
It's just great. And Damson Idris as Joshua Pierce. I liked him a lot. I thought he had a good bit of charisma. I do have one gripe.
Mm-hmm.
I felt they rushed his character progression a little bit.
Yeah, I can feel that because the whole point of bringing Brad Pitt, Sonny Hayes into the fold was to sort of mature up Joshua Pierce a bit, and it sort of just when they did it after I won't spoil it, he becomes sort of like he just becomes mature after something happens to Brad Pitt's character, and you can sort of see that. But I wish maybe that I agree that you wish there was maybe a little bit more,
like just like little Easter eggs. It's like he goes from I'm a self-serve prick to I know what I need to do. I know what I've been doing wrong, guys. I'm sorry. Like,
and they do sort of gradually do that, like because he's constantly looking up Sonny Hayes's race, which sort of put him on this sort of drifter-like path, and so he realizes that, hey, he's been through a lot, but he's still, even still knowing that he sort of learned about him, it was just sort of like it was still like a switch. And I wish there could have been a little bit more like that.
And Javier Bardem as Ruben, great little side character, the owner. Tell you, it was a really good side character was Carrie Condon as Kate. She's like the tech person who designs the car, and she's like one of the people in the headsets talking to them. I thought she was a really good side character. But look, this movie's about Sonny Hayes, Joshua Pierce, and 70 laps.
Mm.
And it was interesting because it's, 9 races. It was interesting to see how many laps they show you per race, what they show you per race.
Right. And then they don't show you all the races, the whole race, obviously.
Mm-mm.
But they always do, they'll always show, they'll put on the screen like what lap they're on, but they only do it for like either a third of the way through and like 2/3 of the way through. And that's pretty much all they'll sort of do it, because they sort of link it to like what their race strategy is, because they base their race strategy on number of laps, and this they sort of show you when they sort of change their race strategy.
But let me tell y'all, if you can see it in IMAX, I know Superman's coming next week.
Yes.
And Superman will be taking over IMAX. So y'all have like just a few days left. But check it out. Trey wanted us to pass along. He said it's a very fun movie, which we agree with. He said solid movie. He walked out with just a smile on his face. And I heard them laughing. Him and Spence. There's
a couple funny moments outside of Brad Pitt's character that are like plot wise. I can kind of see where it's funny. Like they sort of force Brad Pitt into a relationship. Like they've got to have a romance scene, like a romance.
You gotta have a romance
in every movie. I don't know if that really needed that. I don't know if they really needed that in this movie.
I felt it worked though. Like
I think so, but I thought it was very forced.
It was, and then the ending's interesting.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that. The ending's very interesting.
It is,
especially the extended ending.
Right.
Yeah. That was a interesting call, but I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 cheers. I think it's fun. I think it's a good summer like action movie. And like I said, IMAX, the sound was good. All the and the like screen, everything I thought was pretty good.
I would give it, I think I'll give it a 4.3.
4.3.
And I was kind of on the fence about going to 4.5 or like 4.6. And I still might, if I were to like maybe see it again, maybe I would change it to a little bit higher. Yeah. But at minimum, it shouldn't be below a 4.3.
Yeah. We both have like minor gripes with it, but overall, there's enough fun in this, I think, where you go, especially you go with a group, you see it in IMAX, you're going to have a great time.
You are, because those racing scenes are intense.
They're very intense. Cameras like right on the front of these cars, in the cockpit of these cars. But guys, we wanted to keep it short and sweet, just like me, not like Jeff. Jeff over here, tall drink of water over here. But if you want to let us know what you think about Megan 2.0, or you want to let us know what you think about F1, then you can do it so many ways. Let me tell you the best ways. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok, A Toast to Film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter at film_toast, or check us out on wonderful YouTube. Look at this handsome face, this swift young Nicholas over here, in from Florida for the big 4th. We just hope you like, we hope you comment, we hope you subscribe, and we just hope you have a good night
and good viewing.